Okay, so, I mean,
No, check that, yeah, okay.
the industry is going through sort of a period of change. And what do you think are the main challenges that you're facing as a business or as the industry as a whole?
I think if I look at the customers that I tend to work with, who tend to be the end customers, probably two things that they're really struggling with at the moment. The first would be just the classic one of agility. And we tend to think of agility as being a sort of business to business issue, but as much as that, it's business to consumer. And as we've seen the growth of the consumer, their most important resource is time. So they want things that are convenient for them. And being convenient for the consumer is different than being convenient for the retailer or the manufacturer. So then you have to make sure all your systems, your infrastructure, your people and processes are all geared around, to say, minimising the amount of disruption to the end consumer. And I think that's something we've really just started to scratch the surface of.
So how do you think people can do that? How are they going to tackle that?
Well, I think from a supply chain perspective, people just have to be more agile. And they have to move away from, I'm going to do a delivery of a large economic sort of order, to actually delivering single picks or a small number of single picks for the end customer. And that has implications in terms of their warehousing, in terms of, say, the systems that they're using, in terms of the processes that they run. And they have to do that so quickly because the consumer is so demanding. And if they get it wrong, again, the supply chain is really the bit that the consumer sees. So if they get it wrong, their reputation can absolutely suffer because the consumer's going to go out and complain about it straight away through all of the social media.
Do you think that's a big worry to companies, that the consumers are demanding more? Do you think it's an exciting time? It's going to push the boundaries for the industry?
I think it's obviously it's going to be a concern because we tend to have supply chains that are geared around perhaps more traditional processes. So there's always going to be a concern of can we change quickly enough and can we actually deliver what the consumer wants? But I think also for many companies it's an opportunity. And that might be for the existing players in the industry or for people who are sitting outside and perhaps come in with the less traditional models and see it as a way of sort of delivering what the consumer wants without all of the emotional and infrastructure baggage that perhaps some of us have carried around in the industry for so many years.
Brilliant. Okay, thank you. I think that's enough of that.